In our last lesson for Crochet for Absolute Beginners, we learned a slip knot and crocheting a chain. So if you have perfected your chain and you have a really consistent tension, and it looks like this and not inconsistent tension like this, you are ready to now learn how to work the single crochet and working in rows. For this tutorial, I used a cotton worsted weight yarn and a 5mm crochet hook. Get started with a chain. Your chain can be any number. Starting in the second chain from hook, so this is the first chain, that's the second chain. First, second, you are going to insert your crochet hook into that chain from front to back like so. Now we are going to do one yarn over. So just bring that yarn from the right of your hook over the left of your hook so it will catch underneath the hook. And now bring just that top loop over your crochet hook. Now you should have 2 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over again, just like you did when you were crocheting the chain. And now we are going to bring both these 2 loops over your crochet hook. And you just worked a single crochet. We are going to repeat that into every chain across, and that is going to be 1 row of single crochets. So insert your hook into the next chain from front to back. Yarn over. Since that yarn is just right there, I'm just going to put my crochet hook underneath it to catch it, and that is my yarn over. Bring your top loop over your crochet hook, yarn over, and pull through these last 2 loops. So now we have worked 2 single crochet. Let me show you how I hold my yarn, but you can do whatever works best for you. I wrap the yarn, my working yarn, around my pinky like so. So I'll show you how I do that. Just wrap it around the pinky and then bring that working yarn back over the inside of my fingers, the palm side of my fingers, if you will. And then that working yarn is going to go in between my middle finger and my pointer finger. And then I can use my thumb and pointer finger to hold my work. So insert your hook from front to back, catch it underneath that yarn for your yarn over, or you can just bring it over for your yarn over, whatever works for you. This is just faster. And then pull through that first loop, called pulling through a loop. Yarn over again, and now pull through those last 2 loops. Let's do another one. Insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, bring the top loop over the crochet hook. That's called pulling through 1 loop. Now yarn over again. You can either bring your crochet hook down and underneath that yarn in your left hand, like so, or you can bring the yarn up and over your crochet hook. A lot of people will tell you to use your crochet hook and not your hand to do your yarn overs, but coming from me, I think you should do whatever feels most comfortable to you. And now you are pulling through those last 2 loops. Okay, let's do it again. Insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull through 1 loop. Now you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through those last 2 loops. We are just doing this in every chain all the way across. I'm going to show you a couple more times. So insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over. This is what it would look like if you didn't just catch it. That works too. Pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay. Insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through those last 2 loops. Do that in every chain all the way across. I have skipped forward to the last 2 chains, so I'm working another single crochet here into my second to last chain, and then my last single crochet here into my last chain. Into your hook, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And you have just worked 1 row of single crochets. So next you are going to chain 1, That is your turning chain. You need that to create space to turn to your next row. And turn. So it's like flipping the page of a book, like so. Let me show you again. Your hook is on the left. Now flip your work around, and now your hook is on the right. Now we are beginning row 2. Skip your chain here and insert your hook into the first stitch of the row through both of those loops. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through those last 2 loops. So it's just a single crochet. We are just inserting our hook into stitches now instead of chains. So you want to insert your hook from front to back through both those top loops of the stitch. Yarn over, pull through loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert your hook into that next stitch. Insert it from front to back through both those loops. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert your hook into the next stitch from front to back through both those top loops. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And we are just doing this in every stitch all the way across. I have gone forward to the end of this row. I'm working a single crochet into my second to last stitch. And now one last single crochet into my very last stitch. Insert hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And you have worked 2 rows of single crochet. So now to create your next row, chain 1, that is your turning chain, turn, and do exactly what you just did in the previous row. If you've made it all the way to the end, thank you and congratulations. I hope that this video was helpful in learning how to work a single crochet. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok for more bite-sized crochet and knitting content. And you can find all my patterns at modernmade.net and Modern Made Shop on Etsy. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.